Hi, I'm Lori Williams, and I am honored to serve as the chair of the ICSE Steering Committee. And one of the duties I have the pleasure to close this unprecedented ICSE. Thank you all to the volunteers. Thank you all to the participants. I hope that many of you who were able to experience ICSE who haven't before join us in future years. Yes, a very unprecedented ICSE. In February, we made the decision to keep ICSE in person, but to move it to October. And then in May, we made the decision to make ICSE virtual. All of those changes caused a lot of work for a certain group of people. Especially, I want to thank the general chairs of ICSE 2020, Duan Bay and Greg Rothermill, who many years ago had a dream to bring ICSE to Seoul and to share Seoul with all of us. And they worked very hard for that, made all kinds of logistics. And then also the program chairs, Darko Marinov and Jane Cleland Huang. They had arranged the program to be perfect, that there was no one who had to be in two places at one time, and everything, all of the themes were right. And all four of them had to do more than double duty as we moved to location, the time, and then to virtual, and then to time zones. So I want to thank you all for all that more than double duty. But there's a very special person that really rescued this whole event, and that is Krista Lopes. Krista came on the scene when we had made the move to go to virtual. And she has led us and broken ground with technology to host this whole event. So I want to thank her especially, and to everyone who took part in the virtual aspect, all the volunteers that led us through this virtual ICSE. Thank you so much. And now what I'd like to do is to turn this closing ceremony over to the general chairs, Greg Rothermill and Duan Bay, who will talk about ICSE 2020.
Thank you, Lori. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the closing session. On behalf of my general co-chair, Duan Bay, and myself, I want to thank you all for participating in this new format of ICSE, this virtual ICSE. Putting an event like this together takes a tremendous amount of work, and that can only be done because of the great group of volunteers who put in time. And we had a great group indeed for this one, and I want to thank them. At this time, I'd invite them up on stage if we were doing this physically, but I won't be able to do that, obviously. Still, I want to thank everyone on the organizing committee for everything they did, particularly Jane Cleland Huang and Darko Marinov, who ran the technical program, set it up for a physical program, and then set it up again for a virtual program, and did a great job doing that. Put in an awful lot of work. I also want to thank Krista Lopes for joining us as a virtualization chair at a time when we were running low on energy, and she really breathed new life into the endeavor and helped us bring this event virtual. I wish I could thank all the rest of you on the organizing committee personally, but I'll have to do that some other way. It's not enough time to do so. Just know how grateful Duan and I both are for everything you've done. Beyond the organizing committee, I want to thank the program board and the program committee of almost 150 people participated in reviewing the technical papers. Thank you for doing that. The student volunteers who made this event possible by taking care of things in the virtual sessions and helping make sure things ran smoothly. And all the other people who served on the many other committees, virtualization committee and the committees for the individual tracks and for the associated events. And now let me hand things over to my co-chair, Duan Bay.
Thank you, Greg. First of all, I'd like to thank all the participants of ICSE 2020. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I'm grateful to the software engineering community in South Korea for supporting ICSE 2020 since its preparation started 4 years ago until today. Without such support, it would not be possible to make ICSE 2020 happen. In particular, Professor In-young Go was the key person in charge of the conference finances. In addition, In-young was irreplaceable in locally organizing the conference. I owed him so much. Professor Jang Hee-hong, Professor Byung-jung Lee, and Dr. Sang-yun Min contribute to the conference by organizing excellent Korean local events while taking the risk of this pandemic. I'm very grateful to ACM, IEEE Computer Society, KISS, NC State University, KAIST, Facebook, NSF, Samsung Electronics, Microsoft, LG Electronics, SK Hynix, Solution Link, Naver, Stitch, Google, and Geosoft for supporting and sponsoring the conference. Finally, I'd like to thank many staff at Genicom for their professional services to the conference. Thank you. 감사합니다. Now I'll turn the floor back over to Greg.
Thanks, Duhon. With that, I'll pass the baton back over to Lori.
One of the duties as the steering committee chair is I get to tell the community where is this next ICSE, the one that no one knows about yet, ICSE 2024. So ICSE 2024, drum roll please, will be in Lisbon, middle of May. Thank you so much to Rui Abreu and Anna Paiva, who put through a wonderful proposal to host us in Lisbon. ICSE 2023, you might know this already. We are all looking forward to Melbourne, Australia in ICSE 2023. The leadership team being John Grundy, Lori Pollack, and Max DePenta. And now we have a short video from about ICSE 2022, who will be led by Matt Dwyer, Daniela Damian, and Andrea Seller.
Hello, my name is Matt Dwyer, and I'm the General Chair of ICSE 2022. I want to tell you a little bit about our plans for ICSE and encourage you to mark your calendars for May 21 through 29 of 2022. ICSE will be held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is a city in the United States, northeast part of the country, of about 2.2 million people. In the software engineering community, we know about Pittsburgh because it's the home of some great academic programs and great research programs. And it's also the home of a growing tech sector with about 37,000 computing professionals who we hope to connect with at ICSE. We have a great organizational team who's working hard to plan a high quality, diverse, and inclusive program for ICSE. And on behalf of that team, I invite you to join us in Pittsburgh for ICSE 2022.
And then now we have another video about next year. We are all so hoping to be back in person, to see each other and to chat with each other in person in Madrid. ICSE 2021, led by Natalia Juristo, Tao Shea, and Ari Van Dorsen.
Madrid, 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 pedazo de la España en que nací, por algo te hizo Dios, la cuna del requiebro y del chotí. Madrid, 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 Madrid. En México se piensa mucho en ti, por el sabor que tienen tus verbenas y tantas cosas buenas que soñamos desde aquí. Ahí vas a ver lo que es canela fina ya, pa' la tremolina cuando llegues a Madrid. Empezamos el paseo desde la Puerta del Sol, caminando, caminando, me cuelo en la Plaza Mayor. Y me meto en la Gran Vía. Me lleno de poesía, música, insomnio, tentación. La noche nunca duerme. Madrid, Madrid. Ya llega el alba, los primeros rayos de sol. Y me tengo que parar. Y respiro. Y me pongo a cavilar. ¡Ay, qué riquete bonita! Es la calle de Alcalá, la esquina de la hazaña Chueca, los Austrias y Fuencarral. Madrid. Y la Cibeles, el rastro, el Palacio Real. Y a la puerta de Toledo, ahora le tengo cero. El Escorial, Santana, el Corral del Moreguillo, un ricocito de arte y flamenquería. El Prado, el Tiza por Nemisa y el Reina Sofía. Y el Bernabéu y el Wanda. Y los barquillos de Canela y los bocadillos del Brillante. Pero no de ahora, pero no de ahora. Lo de antes, mucho mejor. Qué bonito en Madrid, qué bonito en Madrid. Y vas a ver lo que quede la fina. Llama a la remolina cuando llegues a Madrid. Y vas a ver lo que quede la fina. Llama a la remolina cuando llegues a Madrid. Madrid, 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 Madrid. ¡Flamenco Madrid!
All right, and just so you know, check the web out soon. We will be having a call for proposals for ICSE 2025. These proposals will be due in the fall, about September, and the ICSE 2025 should be moving back to North America. So think about it. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for your volunteer work. Thank you so much for your participation. ICSE 2020 is now done. Thank you.
Waving.
Come on, wave.
Big Boy, excellent